Okay, so hello again, and we're back with Corey from Buzz BMW. This time around driving the flagship plug-in hybrid from BMW, which is the 740 LE plug-in hybrid. It's using the same mechanics as the 530e and X540e, which means a combination of a turbo 4 with about 240 horsepower plus a 100 horsepower electric motor with approximately 9 kilowatt-hour battery. Right now it's showing an electric only range of about 21 kilometers. The car's brand new, so obviously that range will change according to your driving style. As soon as we turn on the climate control, the range has gone down to 18, so it's still pretty decent. And again, the car will learn your driving style and may show less or more depending on your driving style. So the display here is very similar to the 5 Series and the X5 in that you have a digital display both for the main and the center display. Right now we set it on the display that's specific to the iDrive. Both here and in the center stack. Right now we're in just the standard mode, so we have, what kind of options do we have here? We have the Sport, Comfort and Eco Pro. So let's say if we were, for example, turn off the climate and then put it in Eco Pro. Now we're in Eco Pro. So for now it didn't change the estimated range. Standard, individual, configure. There we go. Fuel efficient settings. So we can configure. So it didn't really change right now the estimated EV range, but I'm sure it will help you stretch the 21 kilometers to even more. So even if we turn on the climate control and if we keep it in Eco Pro, individual, so standard probably is the what most people will use. Fuel efficient settings, Eco Pro, standard. So let's try and use the Eco Pro standard for now. It's showing us 17 kilometers range. Let's go for a little ride, and of course this is the flagship. Now what's the MSRP for the 740 LE?
You'll generally see in and about the 120, 130 range for the 740
Okay, so it's definitely the flagship until the X7 arrives,
yes,
which is gonna be the new flagship. Probably very late this year. It's going to be launched at the LA show in November.
Yes, and end of this year, we'll see beginning of next year maybe.
Okay, and then I think initially the X7 will only arrive in the gasoline versions, and then the plug-in hybrid will follow later on. So we may not actually see it until 2019, most likely as a 2020 model.
Very likely, yes.
Okay, so for now, for the next at least a year, this will be a flagship plug-in hybrid from BMW. Okay.
Just press and hold the lever on the side. Yes.
This one. Okay. Safety. All right. So, and it has a creep mode like most plug-in hybrids do.
Now you can as well do, if you want, the eDrive, which is the full electric. So pure electric if you wanted to drive rather than gas and electric.
Okay, so like
and that's just right down here. So you click your
eDrive button. Okay, so now we're Max eDrive, and then we're in Eco Pro still. So those styles can be applied to any mode, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
you can do it to.
So obviously, to maximize your electric range, you have to be in Max eDrive plus the Eco Pro.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay. So we'll do the usual.
Sure.
Little circle. So typically, are these special order only, or
typically yes? Very, very few in stock. These are usually custom ordered, custom designed. Generally about 3 months in terms of waiting period.
And they are made in Germany.
That's correct. Yes.
As opposed to the X540e, which is actually made in Spartanburg,
that's correct,
South Carolina. The wait list for this one is slightly longer.
Yes.
Do you find that there's quite a few 7 Series buyers that are considering the plug-in hybrids, generally speaking? What's the percentage that you might be selling of this? Of
More
all the 7
so
Series?
now. We still do a very small percentage, but it is getting larger. You can see the demographic for electric and hybrids is growing quite a bit. So it is getting larger now.
So of course, because the car is above 75, unfortunately, it no longer qualifies for the rebate. But that again, the whole system may change in come June.
Yes.
So is the compared to the its gasoline cousins of the 7 Series is now, well, there's no rebate, so that's where would be priced above the standard 740e, but below the M version likely, right?
Yeah, so this is actually, I'd say, probably very comparable, maybe even on the lower end compared to the other options. The only other option, they currently do not have another 740, it is just the 750. So you're going for a V8 gas engine or the V12, which is the M760, other than the 740e. So this is probably your best option in terms of price or economy for that matter.
Okay, perfect. So obviously it's a large. Now it only also comes in the L, which is the long version,
yes,
basically. So the plug-in hybrid. So the curb weight of this is probably not too far off from the X5 likely. So
very similar in terms of weight, yeah.
But the combination of a turbo 4 and the 100 horsepower electric motor, it's actually, and we're still in Eco Pro, so
Eco Pro and eDrive, so full electric.
Full electric, and it has no issue accelerating to highway speeds. And of course, you have a head-up display. Here, is it part of a package, or is it pretty much on the 7 Series? It's likely standard, right?
The heads-up display on the 7 is pretty much standard.
So now, if we wanted to put it again in the other extreme, which is the sport mode, we have to just turn the sport here.
Yeah, so you just click the sport mode button right here,
and it changes everything.
Now, this is still in max eDrive, so this is still pure electric. You're just going to get a little bit more pep out of the battery. If you wanted to use gas and electric, you just click your eDrive button right here, and then it'll go into battery control, and then auto eDrive. Auto will be gas and electric.
I see. Yeah. And then, of course, if you put it, now there's sport mode, so that's like any other BMW shifted left. Now it's in the sport mode. So even the color of the center dashboard changes, just like in the 5 Series and the X5. And of course now it becomes a completely different car. Now we're using gas. And yeah, it changes the car completely.
And very smooth, you see the whole time.
Yeah, and very quiet cabin. So obviously it's the only 7 Series with a 4-cylinder.
That's correct.
Yeah. But it makes sense to use it in a plug-in hybrid. Okay, so we'll put it back, and then we'll put it back in max in eDrive and Eco Pro. So we're back in the calm mode. Okay.
And it's not this one, just the next one.
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, this is this is the weigh station. So right now it gives us the RPM. Is it the RPM of the electric motor basically? This one here, because obviously the engine is off right now.
Yes.
So it's showing us, or the percentage perhaps of the electric of the power I apply. So it's probably not the RPM. It's actually the percentage of power.
Yeah.
So 10, 20, 40 is 40% of power. Okay. Okay. So in terms of the options available on. What are some of the options that you can probably stuff it with a lot of options, but it comes pretty fully equipped already as a standard. I'm assuming.
It does. Some of the things that you can upgrade are the rear seats if you wanted the comfort rear seats. In terms of the actual options on the interior, I mean, most of it again is standard. You can upgrade, with the different leather dash if you want certain things. Advanced driver's assistance safety features, so you have the active stop and go cruise control. Some of the semi-autonomous driving features, as well as the panorama sky lounge, so you get the different colors through both of the panoramic glass roofs there.
Gotcha. So is it the traffic jam assist basically as in some of the other that will do some steering for you? Pretty much?
It's similar, yeah. Now it will do it at a higher, and we'll just go straight through here, it will do it at a higher speed. It won't go at a lower speed, but anything above 70 kilometers an hour you will get some steering assistance. So it'll just pull you back into your lane. If you go to turn and somebody's in the next lane over, it'll bring you back into your lane again. So fully brake the vehicle, fully stop the vehicle, fully accelerate, all that kind of stuff.
Oh really? So even if it stopped for a few seconds, it'll then restart automatically without you having to tap the pedal. Okay, it's like the next step compared to what we have in the i3, because the i3 we have to tap it first, so for the car to restart.
Yes.
Very nice and quiet, and then even up to just 40%, it has a very nice pickup, even though it's a pretty heavy car.
Yeah, you won't find it lacking in power.
Yeah. for city driving, it's perfect. So now, just like the 5 Series plug-in hybrid and the X5, it probably has an e-charge mode as well to be able to recharge the battery.
Yeah, so when you just cycle through your eDrive mode right here, you'll go to the battery control. So this will hold your battery charge, and it'll actually put charge back into the system. So this is just right now working off the electric motor, and it'll be again putting energy back into the system, charging the battery.
And then so once it's fully depleted, will it actually charge it back up to a certain percentage? So like 50% in the case of the X5. Is it kind of similar on this one?
So this will actually bring it back up to 100%.
Up to 100%. So it's different than the X5. This will actually fully recharge it.
Exactly. Now it just depends on length of driving, of course. It's not going to bring it up to 100%, and just a few minutes. It does take a little more driving.
Yeah. And ideal in highway driving probably.
Exactly.
It's better than city driving. Okay, so I think Buds BMW, you are one of the highest plug-in selling dealerships in the GTA, I assume, and we can mention here that you guys offer some of the best lease rates, because if BMW Financial is not able to offer an attractive lease, you are able to offer your own lease deals on the plug-ins, right?
We do have some in-house leasing options as well. That's correct.
Okay. Yes. So the auto parking feature, is it a standalone, or is it basically again it's probably included in the package just like with the X5? Or?
Yeah, it's included in like a driver's assistant, an advanced driver's assistance package, they call it.
Oh no! Now I close the mirrors. No, that's what I wanted to for the mirrors to drop in reverse.
So just take that button on the right and push it left. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
And then you'll see now with this camera as well, you can actually move around your different views.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh. Cute.
And you have the top view, of course, as well.
Okay, now I can see that I'm working in a decent distance between the lines. There we go. Beauty. So park here. So yeah, let's just show the basic views here. So we have the my vehicle information.
So now on your iDrive system, it's completely customizable. It is a touchscreen as well, so you can do this all while you're driving. Okay. You can configure these tiles actually, so change these around to whatever suits you best. These are live tiles as well, so this navigation will actually change when you're driving. So that's actually your view right there, right? You don't have to be in your navigation to see your navigation. So, and again, you can customize them. Everything's a touch screen. You can zoom in and out. You have the real-time traffic information on here, of course. So you get the yellow, red, and green lines on the map. That'll actually interact with your navigation when you're driving. So that'll show you, if an accident pops up, then it'll adjust the route.
And adjust the route automatically. And they have all the points of interest showing up on
so
the as well.
And you can see the charging points right here as well, which is something that you obviously don't get in the other vehicles, right? So
specific to the eDrive only.
Exactly.
The hybrid,
Exactly. So that's probably your most customizable feature is the navigation. You also do have the eDrive function, obviously, which is in the technology in action. So it'll show you, what's going into the vehicle, what's coming out. It'll anticipate certain things. It'll show you.
So now this is the statistics for our last trip, basically, right?
That's correct. So it shows you how much charge you used, how much power, and then how much e-power as well over the whole trip. So when you're jumping back one more time, you can actually see a driving style analysis. See how well you're doing.
Score. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So they grade you certainly as well. Sport displays if you still wanted something,
I see. So that's when you want to kind of have a high performance. So.
Exactly. Okay. So it's it's really the best of both worlds it gives you, right? So you have different driving information, just the basic stuff, the trip computer and all that kind of stuff, owner's manual, driver's profile. Now
and charging climate control.
Yeah, which is going to be different obviously than the other vehicles. So you'll set it to charge immediately. Once you plug in, it'll charge right away. You can set it to charge only during certain times, off-peak hours, just
off-peak like hours, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Precondition the vehicle and all that kind of stuff.
And it comes with the similar phone app as the i3 and other plug-in cars.
That's correct. Yeah. So you can precondition it through there. A lot of the stuff is very similar compared to the other vehicles, rather than just being specific to the i vehicles. So At the end of the day, it's really quite nice. You have
battery control.
Yep, you can set that.
So this shows you the state of charge. Actually, amazing. So there's a separate state of charge display.
Well, you can actually change it. So right now it's set to 100%. You can change it if you only wanted your battery to charge to 30%. For example.
This is the e-charge setting. Yeah. I see.
So you activated the gesture control right there too. So you can, yeah, you still have that, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So, yeah, for the battery control there, you can actually
tell it to recharge it to 100%.
Yeah, or whatever percentage you want.
So that it's only specific to the 70, because I don't believe the X5 has this.
Yeah, from my understanding, the X5 does not have this. Maybe it's something that they've changed, because the X5 did come out in 2016, I believe.
That's right. This is newer car. So
that's correct.
So in terms of the order of things, the X5 40 came out first, followed by this car, and then the 530e is the newest one.
That's correct.
So maybe it's a function that they may introduce eventually in the other plugins as well.
And
this is good. Yeah, this is great to be able to control that.
A lot of the other things are very similar.
To all the other models.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of cool technology, but again, very similar to the other ones. So those are your two big things. You have connected drive, which is nice. You can go through your BMW Assist and Concierge, but again, that's pretty consistent with the other vehicles. And same with media, radio, communication.
So in terms of the display here, of course, we can adjust the wheel a little bit so that it's visible to the camera. So this is the Max eDrive display. So it will only change if you go to Sport. If you go to Comfort, so let's say, right now we're in Eco Pro. If we go to Comfort,
so it changes
the settings slightly, but that doesn't change the dashboard. So the only
you'll change the dashboard based on your driving dynamic mode, so the Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro, and as well the eDrive, whether you're in Max eDrive or Auto eDrive.
Okay, so actually I just noticed something, that when we were in Eco Pro, it maxes out at 120. The moment we went to Comfort, it didn't happen. It seemed to have gone up to 140, so a slightly higher speed, basically.
Yeah, so you'll see different options. So if you're just going in the Max eDrive setting, that's going to keep you in and around 120.
But now it has 140 instead of the 120, because Max. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when we were in Eco Pro. Okay, so it does change. Does change the display.
Eco Pro, the Eco Pro cuts it down
limits to 120.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they want you to drive as efficiently as possible.
Yes.
And then if you're just doing the Max eDrive with the Comfort mode or the Sport mode, you'll go.
Then it goes up to 140.
Exactly, and you'll see. So all these modes are going to change, and you're going to be customized. Again, depending on which setting you're in. So you can do it Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro, and then even the eDrive will change it as well. So you have about 9 different styles of dashboard right on.
Wow. Okay. And so the other change again is, of course, if you go Sport, and then it changes. But this is Sport in eDrive though, still.
That's correct. So you'll still have, now you'll see kind of the red lines on there as well. And then if you go into Comfort, it'll change. So you have the arrows rather than the actual digital numbers themselves. So, and then if you go to the Eco Pro, that changes to the blue dials there.
Okay, gotcha. And then if you just go in the regular Auto eDrive and Sport, then it changes into red, which we experienced a moment ago.
So if you go to Auto eDrive right there, we go into Sport, then that's fully red there. If you go into the Comfort mode, you get the more traditional dials.
So it does change basically according to your driving modes, which is kind of
That's
nice.
correct. And then battery control is going to be a little bit different still.
Okay, amazing. Well, Corey, thanks again. It was an amazing experience to drive the flagship finally. So we thank you for it. And if anyone has any questions regarding the 740 LE plug-in hybrid from BMW, you can contact Corey at Buds BMW. Thanks again.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Okay.